Yeah.
Really good.
OK.
There you go.
Sign me up.
Just thought I'd share that with you. Some more important matters, though, this morning, because cancer patient ASHYA King will finish his proton therapy treatment in Prague today, with the clinic telling Sky News he's responded well but hasn't fully recovered. The 5-year-old's parents sparked a Europe-wide search after they took him out of a Southampton hospital against doctors' advice. David Bowden reports.
When ASHYA King was taken by his parents from Southampton Hospital 2 months ago, doctors feared for his health. 6 weeks after arriving in Prague for proton therapy, here he is attending his own end-of-treatment party with his family and staff at the specialist centre in the Czech capital.
You know, it's a shame we have to depart now.
This is the place Brett and Nagma King always wanted to bring their 5-year-old for his brain tumour radiation. But when the NHS said no, they sparked a Europe-wide manhunt as they took ASHYA and his 6 brothers and sisters to Spain and landed themselves in police custody, and ASHYA was briefly made a ward of court. Days later, the Kings were reunited with ASHYA and on their way by air ambulance to Prague, and the treatment they so wanted for their son.
We're just so happy to be here, to be honest with you. That 1 month in trying to get here, you know, pleading with the doctors, researching day and night to try and prove that proton is the best way to treat my son. At the end, I couldn't convince them, so we had to go, spent time in the prisons, spent time in the prison cells, spent time hearing threats, we're murderers and what have you, but eventually we made it.
Today, ASHYA will have the last of his 30 proton beam sessions at this state-of-the-art clinic before continuing his recovery elsewhere. A leading Spanish specialist has been visiting the centre this week to get up to speed with ASHYA's case.
Is it good? No?
And whilst the NHS has now agreed to pay for the little boy's £65,000 treatment here in Prague, he's unlikely to be under its care for the foreseeable future. David Bowden, Sky News, in Prague.
And later on Sunrise, we'll talk to a director from that proton therapy.
And you could save up to 45% on all these products.
Well, let's bring you the latest update on ASHYA King finishing a first round of proton therapy in Prague today. We can go to the city, talk to TATOUNOVA, the strategy director at the Pro Therapy Treatment Centre looking after ASHYA King. Good morning to you. How much progress has been made?
Good morning. Well, everything went according to standard and as expected, with no obstacles and no complications, so we are very happy for ASHYA.
And so what is I don't know how much detail you can give us on the sort of positional state of the tumour. I mean, is it properly regressing at the correct rate?
Well, it was it's called medulloblastoma, which is a tumor which is in the back of the little boy's head, and it was removed in Southampton. And then radiotherapy was requested, and we've been approached by the family because we have a lot of experience with treating this type of brain tumor with children with a lot of success. And this treatment is less harmful than conventional radiotherapy, because you only irradiate the places which need to be irradiated, which in case of ASHYA, it was 13 days of irradiation of the spinal cord and the place where the tumor was placed, and it was followed by 17 other fractions, meaning days of irradiation, and today is his last day.
What sort of side effects do you get from that sort of treatment? I mean, would ASHYA be ill in the hours after a treatment?
Well, there might be some mild side effects during the treatment, but like, you know, vomiting or a little bit of a headache. But ASHYA didn't experience any of this. And so he was able to slowly but surely recover. And since he's been undergoing rehabilitation and conventional rehabilitation and occupational therapy, he's now able to move his limbs and can play with toys and reacting to his surroundings.
So what progress would you expect him to make, and will he require more treatment with you?
Well, the proton therapy is ending today, and we have had a visitor, Professor Cortés Funes from Spain, a very well-known oncologist in Spain, and he's going to be the attending doctor for ASHYA when they return to Spain, which is expected probably on Sunday. And they will have to decide, he will decide with the family about the future treatment, possibly being chemotherapy, but that's not decided yet.
But from your perspective, from the clinic's perspective, things are looking very positive, are they?
Yes, we have treated more than 25 children with this type of tumor, and they are now the kids who've been treated. For example, a year ago, they are attending school and playing with their siblings and friends, and can read and move and walk and play like the other children. So we certainly hope this is going to be the case with ASHYA as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. Eva TATOUNOVA, thank you. Does sound really positive. Let's hope that it keeps progressing in the right direction. It looks
Sky Plus HD boxes connected to broadband. Now, the parents of brain tumour patient ASHYA King say they won't be returning to the UK because they're afraid the authorities may try to take their son away from them. The 5-year-old, who sparked a huge manhunt when he was removed from hospital in Southampton without medical consent, has now received his final course of proton therapy in Prague. From there, Brett and Nagma King have been speaking exclusively to Sky's David Bowden.
You shake my hand. Hey, see? Nice to meet you finally. Go and have a sit down over there. After the transcontinental battle to get him here, ASHYA King's proton therapy in Prague is over, and the little boy his parents feared might die is recovering well.
When we came here, he was just really lying on his bed, not doing much movement, but he's really come on a lot since then. And the more movement he makes, the more it makes him want to move even more. So, for example, when he was moving his leg, it was just twitching or just moving, but now it's moving so much more. He can walk with support. The steps are a little bit exaggerated, like a robot, but he's really coming on a lot.
One of the major progress that he made, that I always wanted from the beginning, him eating and drinking. That's the main thing, because he wasn't even sucking a straw till 2 weeks ago. Then he was just slightly having with a bottle, or he can't actually still swallow with a cup. He can only suck with a straw. So that was the biggest progress that authorities made.
But the parents who fled the UK with their family to save ASHYA, sparking a Europe-wide manhunt, which culminated with them being arrested in Spain, are not coming home. They're too frightened.
At the moment, we don't feel 100% safe, I suppose you would call it, being or contemplating being in England until perhaps they do this investigation run by the Portsmouth City Council into how everything was conducted for us. So once that's probably been established, then we can think about going back to England. But for the time being, we've been in contact now with a doctor in Spain, so we're continuing with his treatment in Spain instead of England.
Why are you afraid to go back?
It's because so much still at stake that if something happened and they justify everything, that everything was done properly, that we wouldn't want to lose ASHYA. So it probably will never happen, but just having that small risk, You know, that things, you don't have to do anything wrong to have your children taken away and thrown into prison. So until things are established, I think it's best for us, you know, to keep ourselves away from England.
ASHYA still needs potentially years of rehabilitation, but for the family, the worst is over.
So I've been worrying every day for 3 months. So I'm just so looking forward to the time with him now that this treatment is finished. It seems like we've climbed a big mountain and we're reaching the top.
Wow. Traditionally, children here bang a drum to signify the end of their proton treatment. But for a car-mad 5-year-old, a goodbye present like this meant new levels of excitement for a young boy who nearly didn't get here at all. David Bowden, Sky News in Prague.
Asda is facing a huge legal battle tonight from thousands of its